All right, let's talk about it. I had a panic attack. I kind of get them a lot. This whole thing would be a lot easier without anxiety. I have a lot of fear surrounding the unknown with my health future, and it's really scary for me to think about. I'm trying very hard to trust God, but when you're faced with all these unknowns, your mind sometimes gets the best of you. My kids and I just have such an amazing and close relationship. The thought of not being around in their lives to see them grow up and get married and have kids and just the whole thing, the thought of not being with them terrifies me. The thing with the liver failure is actually, for some reason, scaring me more than the heart failure, which is interesting. I think it's because when I was a junior in high school, I had something wrong with my liver. I had what they now believe was scarred tissue from my heart surgeries had affected my liver. I ended up becoming jaundiced, and I had extreme fatigue, worse than mono. I was asleep more than I was awake, and I was extremely itchy. Like, I couldn't, for the life of me, get rid of the itchiness. I remember it being a very difficult time in my life, and having liver failure just means that I'm at some point going to be back there, and really I won't get a lot of time with the kids at that point because I would be so tired. I wouldn't be awake very much. I need to stop worrying about it. I know I always tell you guys, don't worry about the future, trust God. And you know, it's easier said than done. And I'm at the point where I need to stop worrying about it, because just because that's so I'm putting a lot of, my lips look awful. I'm putting a lot on my lips because I have so much dry skin and chapped, especially in the corners. I don't know what's going on. Don't look at my mouth. Whenever you get something like a bad diagnosis from the doctors or the hospital, you usually feel like if somebody says that you have cancer or something like that, it's just an immediate anxiety filler. And you kind of tend to dwell on the diagnosis. And I think what has to happen is you have to get to a point where you say, God is bigger than this. God is bigger than the diagnosis. God is bigger than the future or what the doctors say is going to happen or any of your fears. God is bigger. And I had a very hard time grasping this diagnosis because it was not what I thought it would be. Like, I truly, truly thought that I would be healed. But maybe healing looks different than what I had envisioned. Maybe healing is having a double transplant. I don't know. I don't know what God has planned, but I do know that God is faithful. I do know that I need to redo my hair. I do know that despite the diagnosis, God is still good and God still has a plan for my life. So I'm really trying to focus on that and not so much on the what ifs. And like I said, it's easier said than done, but that's where I'm at. I'm trying my best. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Like, I feel like I'm not alone. I just feel like I have so many people in my corner, and I know we don't know each other personally, but it feels like to me that we do. It feels to me like we're friends, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you for your support and for your love.